We welcome you back to McCowan Field here in Jefferson City, Tennessee, where Carson-Newman and Tusculum are set to finish off the regular season and home finale for the Eagles and Pioneers. They're on this Wednesday evening. South Atlantic Conference implications on the line as these two teams meet. On this Wednesday evening, we take a look at the standings heading into this matchup. Things have changed a little bit. Lenore Ryan has watched Catawba win the regular season, so they're in first place. Anderson is in sole possession now of third place with their victory. They're up to 19 points now. Tusculum is in a situation where it wins, it is fourth, and if it loses, it is, or ties, it is fifth. Carson-Newman's in a situation, as you look at the table, a Coker victory pushed them up to 18 points. Wingate stuck at 15 points live. So you see a 5-4 record for Wingate there. They're now 5-5. And so Carson-Newman owns a tiebreaker with the Bulldogs. Should Carson-Newman secure 3 points, it would get jumped to 6th place in a tie with Wingate and own that tiebreaker. So Carson-Newman playing for 6th place in the regular season and Tusculum playing for 4th place. And the difference is the Pioneers having the opportunity to host a regular season or postseason contest, and they have the chance to do that here in the regular season finale against a Carson-Newman team that's 7-4-3 this year. The Pioneers are 8-4-1, and they have been really good in league play this season, 5-3-1. Overall is Vanessa Fife's team, Carson-Newman 7-4-3, and 3s across the board in league play. 3 wins, 3 losses, and 3 ties. But in this situation, has a head-to-head win over Wingate, and so all Carson-Newman needs to do is win this match. They'll play Anderson in a SAC quarterfinal match for the second time in 3 years on Saturday. Should they win, they lose, they'll go to Lenore Ryan and play a second-place Bears team that narrowly saw themselves win the regular season, but the Catawba College Catawba Indians own that by playing to a scoreless tie with the Indians at Frock Field earlier this evening. So it's Carson-Newman and Tusculum. These two teams have played close games as of late. 4 of the last 5 have been decided by 1 goal, even though Carson-Newman leads the series 8-1 over the last 10 meetings. The Eagles lead the all-time ledger 23-18-3 as the two teams are ready to roll. Carson-Newman's going to move left to right, and the Pioneers are in black and will move right to left. Molly Buckowitz is Carson-Newman's top goal scorer. She kicks us off here in Jefferson City, Tennessee, as the Eagles and Pioneers clash to end the regular season. 3rd straight year these two schools meet in the regular season finale with always something to play for. Relatively warmer evening as we start 10 minutes shy of 8. It's in the mid-50s. It's been into the 60s today as well, and we'll continue to see the temperatures drop. It should be a cool temperature for the players in this regular season finale. Tusculum trying to avoid playing a road quarterfinal game. They're off to a great start this year. They're 5-2-2 since the start of October. That's the challenge for Carson-Newman, facing a Pioneers group that is coming off just its 2nd loss since the month of October, a 3-2 loss at Lenore Ryan on Saturday. Berna Kabachi got her first touch. She is back in goal for Carson-Newman. Was out last weekend with an injury at Wingate, and then Carson-Newman rolled with Olivia Henry last time out against Anderson. But Kabachi is healthy. She gets the start in the net for the Eagles as Corbett boots one forward. After it is Selena Yude, and Tusculum's keeper, Noemi Tartrue, makes her first touch. And the Pioneers back the other direction. All played forward. Wilma Axelson, a graduate student midfielder, was in the vicinity, but the Eagles clip it back into the middle of the field. Player goes down. Carson-Newman controls. Buckowitz turns, flicks one near side, fend in space, holds it up for Carson-Newman. Near side touch, Yude will play it back to the center line. Carly Pettit. Fend at the SAC logo. Ground pass behind you, just outside the box. Back to Fenn. Fenn dribbles around a defender. Top of the box, left-footed shot at Tartrue, and the save is made. The senior Fenn has 5 assists this year to go along with 2 goals. Trying her hand there and missed on the softly hit left-footed shot. Seeing the Tusculum keeper Noemi Tartrue, the junior from France, make her 72nd save of the year. One of the better goalkeepers in the SAC this year. She started 14 of their 17 games in goal and leads the conference with 71 saves, now 72. Out wide is Felicia Frick. Ground pass for Buckowitz, who gives it back to the senior Frick. Left-footed ball toward the top of the box. Kim making a run, but well read by the junior keeper, Tartrue. Ground pass and a nice run for Richling. Corbett slides in and tackles. And it's a Pioneers throw. Fenn picked up the ball thinking it was an Eagles throw. Ball in the corner. Cleared away by Carson-Newman. It deflects. Still at the top of the box. Eagles will pass it back to Corbett, who clears. Whistle blows. It's a Carson-Newman throw. Fenn will back up to make the throw. Carson-Newman coming off a 1-1 tie. Back-to-back games, it's gone unbeaten. A victory to end October on the road at Wingate, a 1-0 victory. Scored in the final 16 seconds to tie Anderson on Saturday. Trying to carry some momentum here into the regular season finale. Buckowitz in the center, pressured, knocked away from her. Controlled by Tusculum center back Silvestri. Pioneers still with it and now clear toward midfield. Sydney Grant, one of the more experienced Pioneers on the ball, making her 64th career start. Pioneers keep possession. Axelson, or check that, Richling with a turn, and Palsdottir knocked it out. Whistles blow. It's actually Carson-Newman ball. I think the line judge had a different call than the main official. It was overruled. Ball played forward. Molly Buckowitz sprinting after it. A cross into the box. Late run for Ute, and she won't get there. Tartrue
we got 1 red card today.
Plays it on, and ground pass from Carly Pettit. Pioneers have had most of the possession so far. Carson-Newman's had a couple of opportunities for it, and now they intercept in the attacking half. Kim turning with space. Malia Kim ground pass, well defended. Sent back to the feet of Wills. Tusculum team that is 3-5 on the road this year against a Carson-Newman team that is 3-2 at home this year, but is winless in home SAC games. Has had a couple of ties here at home, but also 2 2-0 losses. So trying to get in the win column here at home, something that Simon Duffy's team is accustomed to doing, but has not done it this year in conference play. No better time than the finale to get your first, just as Stephen Lyons' team did earlier this evening, scoring in the final 5 minutes to salvage the contest and secure 3 points that may extend their season. Keep you up to date on that as we go through tonight. With Carson-Newman and Tusculum being the only games that have flip-flopped. Usually most women's soccer games will take place first, but it was flip-flop for us here tonight. That's why we knew already some of the results on the women's side, and we'll update you on the men's side scores and whether or not Carson-Newman men's soccer will be playing on Saturday or not. A couple of scenarios in play there. Whistle blows, and we've got a foul on Carson-Newman, the game's first foul. We'll give Tusculum a free kick just across the center line. 7.5 minutes in. Our head official, Brad Owen, along with his assistants, Connor Fraley and Andrew Wilkins, part of the crew to officiate this finale. Selena Yude will step back a couple of yards, trying to affect this ball into the box. A right-footed ball, it gets into the box, it bounces, and Kabachi will collect. Rischling was the closest pioneer there, making a run after it. On a great ball in. Went over the head of Corbett, but Rischling just a little bit late. Going after that ball into the box. The Kabachi boot bounces, and now the clock will stop. Felicia Frick, I think, took a hit to the face. Just getting ready to sprint after that ball. Don't think it was an intentional hit to the face. But Frick is back to her feet. Now Carson-Newman will get a free kick of its own after Tusculum just had one 30 seconds ago. Elena Corbett has been extraordinary from this spot in her career. Already has a couple assists, including one last time out from a similar spot, right around midfield. Dumps it off short, ball whipped into the top of the box. It comes out to Frick, and she lifts it high over net. Carson-Newman's second recorded shot off the right foot of the senior Frick. We'll give Tusculum a goal kick.
Molly took in.
Pioneers go short, but the goal kick now booted forward. Will's trying to hold it up. Instead, Carson-Newman interrupts the passing sequence quickly. Now Corbett passes with Carly Pettit. Pals Donner approaching midfield. Ground pass to the near side as the Eagles press forward. Buckowitz just outside the box. Cross deflects out of bounds. Eagles want a handball. We've got a whistle, and it will be a penalty kick. At the very least, it was going to be a corner kick, but Buckowitz's cross hit off the hand of, I believe, Bryn Stokes, and Carson-Newman's going to get a PK. Yeah. It's off the hand of, I think, Stokes. Hard to get a number on the replay there. And so Carson-Newman's all-time leader in penalty kick goals, Felicia Frick, can add to her career total here. She has been perfect in her career, 9 for 9. Waiting for the official signal. Frick's too good, and Carson-Newman leads 1-0. Her program best 10th career penalty kick. And Carson-Newman's off and running in the finale. 1-0, less than 10 minutes in. Third of the year for Frick. And she strikes for the 13th time in her career for Carson-Newman. No better way for Simon Duffy and his crew to get things rolling. And now an extra little bit of motivation for a Tusculum team that knew coming in it would have a chance to play to host a quarterfinal. So they had something to play for, and they still have a lot to play for from an NCAA standpoint. They're ranked 10th in the latest set of regional rankings, so they're right on the cusp of a NCAA at-large berth. And Carson-Newman's not only trying to help its chances next weekend or later this weekend at the conference tournament, but also diminish Tusculum's chances the rest of the way. 1-0 Carson-Newman, Felicia Frick, and it was set up by a good sequence forward in Buckowitz's cross that was off the hand of, I believe, Bryn Stokes, who was just trying to get in the way of Buckowitz's cross. At the very least, it was going to be a corner kick. The head official was waiting, He got help from one of his line judges and confirmed the call. Dangerous play the other way. This ball booted toward the middle of the field. This is Wilma Axelson in a one-on-one against Corbett. Gets around her. Axelson, left side, shoots at Kabachi, and a save made. First shot for Tusculum, a dangerous one. As Wilma Axelson, the graduate student from Sweden, nearly had her 5th goal of her career. It was actually Pettit that was beat in the 1v1 at the top of the box. Corbett was on the far side of the field as Kabachi's punt goes low. Gallagher touch, and it's forward to Corbett. Buckowitz holds it off, and now Selena Yude. Yude flicks it to Buckowitz, who turns. Molly around a defender. Eagles have some numbers forward. Buckowitz a pass, deflects. It is cleared out toward Delgado. Carson-Newman dominating the first few minutes of this one. 4-1 in the shots category already, and obviously a goal ahead. Frick around one defender, but it's played out. Tusculum thinks it's off Carson-Newman. The official has Eagles ball, though, so Frick will throw it in. Silvestri, I think, thought it was deflected on her clearance out. It was not. Buckowitz turns. Molly Buckowitz inside the box, goes toward the middle, shoots with the right foot right at Tartaro. Another save made. The second already for the conference's leader in saves. Eagles continue to threaten net. That's 3 shots now that have been on goal of the 5 attempted. Buckowitz back on the ball again. It deflects around, trying to get it forward. It continues to deflect back and forth. Delgado on the ball. Gives it back to the conference's 4th best goal scorer. Flicked in, back post, and it's forced out by Mackenzie Ivey, a sophomore defender along this near side. And was it out for a corner? I believe it was. It was going to go across the end line. It was going to be close in this near corner, and it will be a corner kick for the Eagles. First of the match from either side. Frick's going to tie her shoe before she lines up this corner kick, trying to add to Carson-Newman's lead. Frick, one of the 3 captains for this 2025 team in her last go-around. Trying to win the finale. Left-footed ball in, back post. Headed away by a Pioneer to the top of the box. Kim dribbles, pass to Fend. Fend turns, dishes Yude, a touch and a shot at Tartaro, and another save. But it will be wiped away. There was an offside on Carson-Newman. Selena Yude was offside, so no shot. It's an offside on Carson-Newman's senior midfielder, called by the near side official. And now a throw from the far side. Scoring that first goal is something that Simon Duffy has stressed often to not only this year's team, but throughout his time here. And it's because his teams are really good when scoring first. 57, 5, and 7 when his clubs score first. And this year, the Eagles are 7-0 and 1 when they score the game's first goal. That's the case here in the finale. We'll see how things will play out the rest of the way. Ball into the box. Yude's header goes wide left. Stays in play, though, for Gallagher. Gallagher turns around a defender. Tried to chip it into the box, and it got deflected out. And the Eagles will get a second corner kick in the last 2 minutes. Carson-Newman dominating the first 15. Trying to pay it off with maybe a second goal. A Felicia Frick penalty goal is why things are in Carson-Newman's favor early on. It's 1-0. Carson-Newman's got all but its keeper in 2 white jerseys near the penalty area. Fend, an in-swinging ball. Frick got a touch, a weak one though. Comes back out, it's headed once. Still in there, deflects around. Yude is there, a shot blocked. Eagles want another handball. This one won't be called, and Tartaro recovers. Well, dangerous times there. That Could have been a couple of shots in there. Definitely the one late in that sequence from Ude as Carson-Newman takes it away again. Kim tried a ground pass. Well read and intercepted by Bryn Stokes. Carson-Newman right there once again. Gallagher a clean tackle on Axelson, and Carson-Newman will reset with Kabachi at the top of the box. We mentioned Tusculum playing some of its best soccer. This was a club that was 3-4 in the first month of the year, but 5-2-2 has TU on the verge of an NCAA tournament berth, but needs to win and probably win a couple more games into next week to help increase their chances at postseason play beyond this weekend's SAC tournament, starting with the quarterfinals at campus sites. Our first sub is going to come on here in the 17th minute. Kirsten Sadlon, a sophomore from Morristown, will sprint onto the field and make her 19th career appearance. Both teams saying it's their possession. The official had Carson-Newman ball originally. Changes to Tusculum's throw. Pioneers trying to work forward. This is Silvestri. Trying to win into the middle. Eagles were there to deflect, and now it's booted forward. Fend, another one of the Eagles' captains, controls. Fenn trying to connect with Selena Ude. It wasn't there, and the Eagles will play it back. It's Corbett going wide toward the middle for Palsdottir. Her and Palsdottir have kind of manned the center back roles for Carson-Newman to end the season. Kendall Garber started a lot this year, but has been coming off the bench here toward the end of the year. Eagles back on the move. Into the far corner it goes. Ude met by two black jerseys, whips it into the back part of the box. It bounces several times. A bad touch. It goes out to Fenn. Fenn lines one up and shoots it. Tartreau and high. A mistake by the Pioneers nearly led to Fenn's third goal of the year. And Carson-Newman's 8th shot in the first 18 minutes comes up a little high.
Go anticipate, first and second!
Ground pass, Frick, and Carson-Newman win that goal kick. You looking for help, goes back post. Fenn making a run, gets there, cross into the middle, and a great clearance right before it got to the feet of Molly Buckowitz. Pioneers clear it, and Carson-Newman's going to get a third corner kick as the Pioneers continue to be under tremendous pressure in the opening part of this first half. Frick will take the near-sided corner as Carson-Newman sends a bunch of bodies into the box. Back post it goes. Pettit was in the vicinity. It was last off Carson-Newman. It's actually Palsdottir, the closest there at the back post to see it out. Again, we'd like to remind you what's at stake in this match. Carson-Newman can only go up to the 6th place spot. Tusculum can only go as high as 4th. And the Eagles can't go any lower than 7, and the Pioneers can't be any lower than 5 in the standings. And interestingly enough, the two teams cannot meet each other regardless of tonight's result. Ball goes down on this near side, Tusculum throw. That's the strangest part, is you had 4 teams battling there in the middle part of the top 8 in these SAC standings, but the 2 teams to wrap up the regular season here on the Eagles Sports Network, Carson-Newman and Tusculum, can't actually meet and could not have actually met regardless of other results that played out. So strange how the table played out, and obviously these two teams playing as well. A meaningful match. Kim goes near side. Buckowitz making a run. Molly's been on the ball a lot in this first half. Cross back post behind Frick. Frick gets after it, dribbles herself, shoots, and finds the back of the net, beating Tartro, and Carson-Newman leads and extends that lead. It's 2-0. Buckowitz set it up with a cross, but it was Frick's dribble move around the Tusculum Pioneer defender, and then beats the keeper Tartro for the second time in the first 22 minutes of this match. Frick has a brace for the Eagles in the opening half. Great ball from Buckowitz to just set up this chance. It was a little behind Frick, but the recovery was there, and a wonderful touch around Ivy. And Frick, excellent again. In the senior's final game at McCowan Field, she has scored twice after entering this match with just 3 goals on the year. She's got 2 in the half and is up to 14 for her career. And Carson-Newman continues to have its foot on the gas. Right back on the ball after the restart. How do the Pioneers respond? This is a club that averaged and allowed about 2 goals per match, despite Tartro being one of the top keepers in terms of saves this year. She has been under a lot of pressure, and this is a defense that has given up now 30 goals this year. But their offense has been so effective that it's been able to avoid and overshadow some of the defensive flaws, and Carson-Newman's exploiting those here in the opening half. When I say Carson-Newman, it's Felicia Frick exploiting those so far. She's got a first half brace for Carson-Newman.
Come on, we go again, relentless.
Carson-Newman back with possession. It's a throw in, attacking third. Ground pass, space, a shot from distance at Tartro, and she leaps up as Kim sent it at the Tusculum keeper. That's 10 shots, and we're not even halfway through this first half. Tusculum trying to make something happen for her, but Carson-Newman's midfield's been sharp as Gallagher is whistled for a foul. A delayed whistle from the head official, Brad Owen. Coach Duffy from this near side asking what the call was. Disagreed with it, especially because it came well after the play and play had continued on. Ball played short to the right side of the box. Axelson after it. Corbett clipped it off Axelson. Well done. And Carson-Newman will line up a goal kick. Good work forward. Kim after it in a 1v1. And it goes out of bounds. Tusculum throw. Quick throw in, and they'll give it to Stokes. Defensively, Corbett reverses to the far side. Powell's daughter after it. Of just a handful of Eagles that has started now all 15 games this year.
Great idea.
Less than 21 minutes to play in the first half. Carson-Newman leads 2-0. Felicia Frick with her second career brace. Eagles back on the attack. Selena Yu to cross in. And it's controlled. 2 of her goals in this first half, 12 minutes apart. A penalty kick goal in the 10th minute. And then less than 12 minutes later, on a great ball from Molly Buckowitz, Frick dribbled and did the rest with her second goal for her second career brace. Yude on the attack, nearsighted shot right at Tarturo, who has been under so much pressure. That's 11 shots and 6 on frame for a Carson-Newman team that dominated possession and chances against Anderson over the weekend. Had 22 shots, second most in a game. Gallagher, the possession after the tackle. Goes far side into the corner for Frick, who sees it out. Frick matches her career high in goals in a game with 2. Obviously with her second career brace. Did it against North Greenville in the season opener of 2023. That would have been her sophomore year. Penalty kick goal and a live play goal in that match as well. Buckowitz has been so active for Carson-Newman. Has an assist, splits 2 here. Pass gets deflected. Tusculum's forced to clear it again. Quick throw by CN. It's Buckowitz on the ball again. Lost it. Pioneers will kick it forward. Eagles boot it into the box. Dangerous by Silvestri to turn in the box like that, but was able to clear it. Pioneers have just 34% of the possession in this first half. Have some here. Good ball working forward. Axelson tackled by Corbett, who got the ball first. Or check that, it was Delgado tracking the runner. And Axelson is slow to her feet. Clock will stop with 18:35 left in this opening half. And it's Wilma Axelson, the graduate student midfielder from Sweden. Still on the turf after the collision with Delgado. The official Brad Owen will request for Tusculum's athletic training staff. Michael Hawkins, Tusculum's athletic trainer. Axelson in her 59th career game is the team's leader in assists this regular season. She has 6 of them, tied for the 3rd most in the league, and 5 of her 6 assists are in conference play. A important piece to Vanessa Fife's team will walk off the field, and the Pioneers are going to bring on a sub. Actually, 2 subs are going to come in. Only 1 right now, though, as Axelson will exit, and in comes Natalie Maimon, senior midfielder from Israel. So Axelson able to walk off the field. Good sign for her potential return to this match. They're going to need her on the field. Selena Yude boots one forward. It's Molly Buckowitz. Buckowitz, top of the box, and the flag is up. Offside on Carson-Newman's second time the Eagles have been whistled.
So good, White, so good.
Tusculum playing for the right to host a quarterfinal game this Saturday in Greenville, but probability is low right now as it trails 2-0 on a pair of Felicia Frick goals in the first 22 minutes of this match. Foul on Carson-Newman. Pioneers take the quick free kick. It deflects toward the top of the box. Rishling trying to turn. Corbett dishes it out of there. Bodies hit the deck. You'd able to get back to her feet quickly, and now reverses field. Space for Fend if she gets to the ball first, and does. Ground pass, Buckowitz. Just outside the box. Ground pass, Fend. Whipping it in. It's deflected out, and the Pioneers will pass it away. Owens back up with Corbin. Eagles have been sharp defensively outside of just a handful of games this year. Sharp so far, and I think it's really just because of this offense and how it's been so effective. 11 shots, 6 on goal in the possession, as we mentioned. Well above 60% for the Eagles so far in this first half, and they've got it right now. Frick. Well-timed run by Huge. She's onside. Cross in, back post. Nobody there. Pioneers will... Thought about letting it go out of bounds. It was going to stay in, though, so we'll play it toward the middle of the field. Into the middle. Nice turn by Gallagher, trying to get around Netzkos. Able to go into the corner, cross in. Yude fires wide right. Both teams making some subs. Tusculum's going to bring in Carme Escamilla, one of their top goal scorers this year. And the Eagles bring on Brooke Bolton, Alicia Teskey, and Irish Miles onto the field for Carson-Newman. With 15 and a half to play in this opening half. Goal kick taken. Ground pass in the middle, sneaks by a couple of players. Escamilla with a touch here in the attacking half. The sophomore from Barcelona, Spain. Mainly a reserve for this Pioneers team, but has been really good this year. All 6 of her goals are in league play and are a team high. Pioneers control center circle. Silvestri goes near side. After it in the corner, trying to keep it in play, and Sydney Grant hit it off the feet of Carly Pettit. And it'll be a corner kick for Tusculum. And the Pioneers are going back to the bench as well. Caroline Heitzelman into the game for the first time as the Pioneers line up this corner kick, their first of the match. Swinging ball, back post, headed to Kabachi. And a save made by Kabachi, swatting it away with her left hand. Well done by Berna on this cross sent in. Corner from the opposite side now. Second in this sequence for Tusculum. Trying to cut this Carson-Newman lead in half here with 13 and a half to play in the half. Back post it goes again. Leaping up into the air was Wills. Comes out to the near side. And the whistle's up. The flag is up. I believe a handball on Carson-Newman. Just outside the box as well. That was dangerous from being in the penalty area. Eagles lucky to see that. Just come outside of the box. Eagles building a wall. Back post too high. Eagles built the wall of 3 and did a good job defending it, as Ensta tried to test that back post, and nobody was there to make a quality run for the Pioneers. Corbett to take the goal kick for Carson-Newman. No short options, so dishes it toward the center circle. Header won by the Pioneers' Netskos. Far sideline, it stays in play. Irish Miles. Good pressure here. Carson-Newman's passing forced to go quickly, but well done as Frick tries to get it forward. Tusculum 3 wins away from home this year. 5 of their 6 losses are on the road, and they're down 2-0 early. Pressure on Hansen applied by Fend, and it's played out. Good crowd on hand for what is the final women's soccer game and final soccer game in general here in Mossy Creek this year. Either the men or women will have a chance to host a quarterfinal game, so we'll be coming up on our final half of soccer for the 2025 season here in Jefferson City. But it won't be the end of the road for this Simon Duffy team that is trying to win this finale and take that momentum into the weekend's conference tournament, the start of it. Good turn as Camilla cut off by Pettit, well defended by the Eagles. Into the middle, it's Netsko. Netsko's the Pioneers control in the middle. Stokes will play it back toward the midline for Heitzelman. Well, 2-0 is not insurmountable as Bolton takes it away. Trying to get around Heitzelman, a collision here. Lots of fight for it. And a whistle on Carson-Newman's Bolton after losing possession. Carson-Newman, last time the Eagles played at this field against Tusculum, rallied from a 2-0 deficit at halftime, scored 3 second-half goals to defeat the Pioneers in that regular season finale, November 1st, 2023. Cross deflected in, and Kabachi will keep it in play. And now is forced to pick it up. It was a 3-2 win. Carson-Newman fell behind early with a first-minute goal last year by the Pioneers in Greenville, but scored 3 more times over the next 56 minutes of the match to win 3-1. So certainly, if you're Simon Duffy and company, glad to be on the right side of a good start in this series, because Tusculum's been that team each of the last 2 meetings. It's the Eagles in front right now thanks to the play of Felicia Frick. Ball booted into the air, well right, if that was a shot attempt from the Pioneers. Didn't really threaten goal, and Eagles will take a goal kick. So we're under 9 minutes to play in the opening half. Again, Carson-Newman playing for 6th place in the league, which means a whole heck of a lot. Lenore Ryan is one of the top teams in the region. And no diss to Anderson, they've got 19 points, but if you're Carson-Newman, you just tied them last Saturday, and then a week later you're going to get to play them again. So it's a team that you feel comfortable with playing, and you've defeated them in a quarterfinal in the past 2 years. So Carson-Newman, that's what's to play for. You're either playing Anderson or Lenore Ryan, and would much rather play the Trojans. Although if you talk to Simon Duffy and some of the players, Carson-Newman's just trying to win this game. They don't care who they play. They want to be playing their best soccer of the season at this time of the year, and certainly Felicia Frick is, and she will come off the field here with less than 8 to play in the half. Krista Nielsen's going to get her first run of the game, and a well-deserved breather for the program's all-time penalty kicks leader, who has 10 for her career. Became the program's PK leader in her junior year with her 7th of her career against Wingate last year. Has added 3 more to her total this year and has 14 career goals, 2 in this one. That's why the Eagles lead 2-0 right now. Pioneers threatening for a late one before the half, but Pettit clears it. Quick touch, Bolton flicks it, Teskey after it, Tartro outside the box. Ground pass to clear it away from the feet of Teskey.
Yes, Brooke, yes, Brooke, yes, Brooke.
7 to play, the Pioneers get one late. Throw it into the corner, Pettit in a 1v1 with Grant. Ends up at the feet of Bolton. Nice turn by Brooke Bolton, trying to dribble it along the sideline, keeps it in play. The freshman pointing out signals to Teskey. Teskey, cross, top of the box, nobody's really there. It rolls to the end of the box and controlled by Netzkos.
I didn't even play setter in high school.
Netzkos gets it back.
Outside hitter. Just because we had a setter and not an outside hitter.
Corbett
I'll do whatever.
into the middle. Teskey flips it up.
I played setter in like.
Goes into the far corner. Nielsen with 6 to play in the half will see Tusculum play it out for a throw. Carson-Newman's got another sub coming in. Kendall Garber will get her first action of the game, and the Pioneers are bringing in a substitution as well.
I'm not gonna play. I want to be able to college.
Bree Uten will enter for Hanson here in the final minutes of the first half. 5.5 to go.
Thank you.
Miles throw into the corner. Bolton. Nielsen, ground pass, wasn't there. It comes out toward midfield. Eagles have another sub. Going to check in here late in this first half. At the next available stoppage. Into the corner, this ball will roll, and it goes across the end line. Ellie Leander's going to come in for Carson-Newman, the only sub set to come on as Simon Duffy gets some fresh legs to end the half. All up into the air, Teskey. A touch, Leander now to fend. A lot of black jerseys in the attacking half for the Pioneers here. It's played out though. The Eagles will throw it in front of their bench. Well, good news for Carson-Newman men's soccer. Anderson's beating Newberry 2-0 in the 70th minute. That's a big result there because if that occurs, Carson-Newman's the 6th team in the league standings if Wingate ties or loses. That was the best case scenario for Stephen Lyons' crew. They win, Newberry loses, Wingate ties or loses. And you go from being the 9th place team to the 6th place team. We'll give you a Wingate score when you can, as the Eagles, Kendall Garber forced to play it out. 3.5 to play in the half. Carson-Newman just trying to survive, I'd say, this final stretch of the first half. Tusculum has just 2 shots. They are both on frame, but limited opportunity and limited possession as well. Outside the box, here's a ball toward the top of it. It actually goes right to Kabachi. Cross attempt collected by the keeper for the Eagles, who's back in the lineup after seeing the freshman Henry get the last 2 starts. Wingate is leading Coker 1-0 for the 41st minute, so that would mean Carson-Newman would be the 7th seed if that result held on the men's side. All the women's scores are final as Pioneers are going to be forced to throw it in farther back. Just kept walking forward and never threw it in. Was Ensta in the far side throwing it in. All the women's scores in the regular season are final except this one. Carson-Newman's playing for 6th place. Tusculum's playing for 4th. And both with a loss would drop one spot lower than that. Powell's daughter with 2 to play. That pass ends up out of bounds. Big boot out by Delgado along the far side. Ball is stuck along that far sideline. I've got an extra ball just rolling around. Finally a throw in. Delgado plays it forward. Teske trying to outrun the defender. Did so in a battle for possession. Holds it up. Deflects around. Nielsen in the area. Cleared to midfield. To the feet of Corbett. 1 minute to play in the half. Ball at the feet of Kabachi. 40 seconds to go in the half. She has 2 saves on Tusculum's only 2 shots. And Carson-Newman's pitching a first half shutout and has a 2-0 lead at the break. Carson-Newman's unbeaten this year when leading at halftime. They're 5-0 when taking a lead into the locker room. They've only done it once in league play this year, closing in on it being the second time with 15 seconds and counting. Garber comes up to win the header. Ground pass intercepted by Fenn. Gives it to Corbett. Corbett will dribble it a little bit. Play keep away, give it to Kabachi. And that's the first half from Jefferson City. A first half dominated by Carson-Newman and its all-time leader in penalty kick goals, Felicia Frick. She is the reason Carson-Newman leads the regular season finale 2-0 here at McCowan Field. It was all Eagles in the opening 45 minutes. 12 shots for Carson-Newman at the break. Half of those shots are on goal. An efficient group. Tusculum's been and made the most of their chances. 2 shots, both on goal, but Kabachi saved both of them. Not many fouls to speak of, and the Eagles have the advantage in corners, 3-2. But the number you need to see is the 12 shots for Carson-Newman and just the 2 for Tusculum. And Carson-Newman's chances have paid off because they have a 2-0 lead at halftime here in Jefferson City. Eagles lead 2-0. Felicia Frick's got her second career brace after the first 45. Now the Eagles will try to hold off a late Tusculum rally in the second half. We'll break for the break. Come back for the second half after this on the Eagles Sports Network. What a first half for Carson-Newman here in Jefferson City, Tennessee. The final regular season game for both of these two teams. The final home game for Carson-Newman soccer. And it's all Felicia Frick and the Eagles after the first half of play. CN leads 2-0, and thanks to tremendous pressure in the attacking half, was able to score twice. Felicia Frick's 10th career penalty kick goal, slotting in the bottom left corner. Got things rolling. That came in the 10th minute. The Eagles continued to apply consistent offensive pressure. And Molly Buckowitz's cross to the back post. Frick did some dancing and then sliced a shot across net to beat Tartreau for the second time in the half. And Carson-Newman leads 2-0. Buckowitz involved in both goals. Frick puts them both away. And she's up to 14 career goals and up to 5 now this year. The most goals for the senior in a season in her career. She's got her second career brace, as you can see. And that's why Carson-Newman leads 2-0 after the first 45 minutes. Both her shots on goal have gone to the back of the net. She's responsible for a third of Carson-Newman's shots in the opening half of play. Final 45 minutes of soccer in Mossy Creek about to get started here in the 2025 season. Tusculum will venture left to right in half two, and Carson-Newman will move right to left. We mentioned it in the first half, but Carson-Newman trailed 2-0 2 years ago on this field against Tusculum and then scored 3 goals in 15 minutes to rally for a 1-goal win. Tusculum's hoping history repeats in their favor this time. And Carson-Newman will try to extend a winning streak in this series that is at 2 games. We've got a foul after a ball was booted toward the sideline. Pet it down. Back to her feet quickly, and Carson-Newman's going to get an early free kick after a collision just across the center line. Hanukkah Fenn, just a couple of yards shy of the sack logo, is going to boot one forward with the right foot. It goes into the box. Nobody won the header. Gallagher dribbles, gives off to Frick, chips it in. Buckowitz after it. She was offside going after it anyway. Would not have mattered whether she got there before the keeper. Pioneers will take the free kick. So a couple of matchups already set in Saturday's SAC tournament because of results that have already gone final. Remember, these two teams playing for 6th place if you're Carson-Newman and 4th place if you're Tusculum. Right now, Pioneers would be the 5th place team because they're trailing and losing this game. Even with a tie, they're going to be 5th place. They've got to get 3 points to surpass Coker's 18 points. Tusculum's got 16, so it needs 19 because it does not win that tiebreaker. And of course, you can't get 2 points from a game. You can only get 3, 1, or none. Ball into the corner. Cross deflected. Out of bounds. And it'll be a Tusculum corner. 1v1 battle. Corbett defending and kicked it out of bounds. Tusculum's 3rd corner about to go into the box. Ball in, cleared away by Corbett. Ball goes back into the box. Pioneers had Stokes in the area. Kabachi will finally pick it up for Carson-Newman, who has been really good this year and in Duffy's tenure when leading at the break. Again, 6th time this year Carson-Newman leads at halftime of a match. And they are undefeated this year when leading at the break, and in Duffy's tenure, 39-1-3. Takeaway for Tusculum. Chipped over the defense right to Kabachi, who well read that ball. Just as impressive as Carson-Newman's record when it scores multiple times. Simon Duffy's team 77, 2, and 6 when scoring twice or more. this season when Carson-Newman scores twice or more, it's 6-0-1. That one tie is a 2-2 tie on October 1st against Emory and Henry. And that's really what has kept this Carson-Newman team from maybe finishing higher in the SACS standings. They've just given away a point here, a point there, and a difference between a win and a tie is 2 points, obviously. And at this point in the year, those 2 points are valuable because if Carson-Newman wins this one and they get 2 points, they could be up into that fourth spot. Could have been in contention to host a game. But the reason the Eagles have been more toward the bottom of the table and in the top 8 still, though, is because of that match. Even a tie at Lincoln Memorial, the Eagles felt like they were the better team in that one. Dropped the 2-1 game at Coker, a game that Carson-Newman believed they could win, but a Coker team that is going to host a quarterfinal game if this result holds. That's where Tusculum will be headed, a long trip to Hartsville. Ball played out. Corbett after the ball before Richling did. Gallagher a touch near side. Powell's daughter lifts one toward the top of the box. You'd won the header, but it goes right to Tartreau. Eagles come up with possession. Buckowitz, top of the box, shoots at Tartreau and misses wide left. Buckowitz nearly had her 10th of the year. Delgado and the Eagles got a free takeaway, and Buckowitz unlucky. Perfect ball, and just missed wide left of the target. Rare to see the graduate student come up empty on a chance like that. And we've got a push and a foul on Tusculum. Buckowitz entered this game having scored on 39% of her shots this year. 9 goals on just 23 shots. By far the most efficient line among players that have scored at least 4 goals in the conference this year. Came up empty on that last attempt, but the Eagles are back on the move forward. Corbett will take this free kick. Right-footed ball headed toward the far side. Yuta header. Buckowitz after it, but Tartreau there to cover it up. Throw in for the Eagles far side. There is still a scenario in play that if Carson-Newman loses this match, they would be the 8th seed because Lincoln Memorial rallied late to secure a win in its finale against Emory and Henry. So they're currently in a live table tied with Carson-Newman with 12 points. So all the Eagles need to do is at least 1 point to stay in 7th. Where it currently sits, but the tiebreaker with the Rail Splitters is complicated and at the moment can't give you an exact scenario, but if we run into that, we'll exactly figure it out. But the Eagles are in a position where it can hold on to this 2-0 lead and be that 6th place team. Ball bouncing a couple of times. Kabachi heads it, and Powell's daughter clears it. Kabachi had no chance, or no choice rather, from outside the box to just do something and used her head. And then Powell's daughter cleared, but TU stays with it. Corbett. Throw in Tusculum.
Thrower is you, Selena.
Carson-Newman's got the only shot after halftime. There were no shots in the final 14 minutes and a half. There have only been 2 shots in the last 23 minutes of game action, both by Carson-Newman. Or rather, the last one before that was by Tusculum in the 31st minute. They have just 2. Kim center circle. Check that. It's Gallagher going for Pettit. Pettit back into the middle for Delgado. Delgado tripped up. The official says play on. Delgado's hurt behind the play. Pioneers will play on here. Eagles down a player. Delgado still on the turf. Rischling sees it cleared by Palsdottir. And the official finally, once seeing Carson-Newman gain true possession, will stop the clock. Delgado's frustrated. Delgado, good to see her back to her feet, but certainly was frustrated with not getting a whistle on that last tackle attempt.
Green light, come on.
Ball getting ready to be put back into play. Colbert plays it back for Kabachi. Near side Frick. Buckowitz turns with space. Approaching the top of the box, goes back to her left. A couple of defenders in the area, dishes off for Frick. Back to Buckowitz near the end line. Buckowitz cross. There a shot, and Tartreau at the last moment got her paws down on the turf to make her 5th save. Once again, it's Buckowitz orchestrating everything. Ude in the right spot, and saw the TU keeper make another save on a fantastic sequence offensively. Whistle and a foul. Delgado pushed, going for the header. Carson-Newman still at a 50% mark in terms of its shots that have gone on goal through 55+ minutes of this match, in search of a 3rd goal. From midfield, Corbett's free kick is headed away. Delgado a left foot boot to this near side. Frick a captain after it. Cross in. Buckowitz, Ude there. Ude got her head on it. It goes out of bounds. It's a goal kick. Boy, oh boy, a lot of activity from this near side for the Eagles. Ude has been in fantastic position twice over the last 60+ seconds. Unlucky once again as the Pioneers bring on a sub. They'll bring Sydney Grant back to the field for Addison Rischling. Ball was put in play. We'll stop the clock. 34-17. Tusculum had a player still on the field when they put the goal kick in play. So the official stopped the clock. Carson-Newman thought it should just keep running. It's their own. It was the Duffy and company thought it was their own fault for not seeing that sub run off before play continued. Now it rolls on, and the Eagles are on the ball. Gallagher, sharp pass to Ude. The senior turns. Selena Ude, top of the box, lining one up, shoots and scores. The goal horn plays for Selena Ude in the finale. The Eagles add to their lead. It's 3-0 on Ude's left-footed strike. Career goal number 17 for the senior from Switzerland. She was all over the place to start this half and gets rewarded with a goal here in the 57th minute. Nobody stepped up, and Ude buries it in the bottom left corner. 3-0 Eagles. And Carson-Newman's pouncing, and once more, Gallagher sprinting. Moves right. Audrey Gallagher, top of the box, shoots, and a save on a shot toward the right of goal. Tusculum's all out of whack tonight. Even after another restart, Carson-Newman just pounds another shot on frame, but another save made. Eagles throw far side. Carson-Newman has its most goals in a sack game since Mars Hill on September 24th. Second most goals the Eagles have scored in sack play this year. No better time to do it than in the regular season finale. Sidney Grant's onside. Shoots at Kabachi and a save by Berna. Eagles thought Grant was offside. Berna, Kabachi played on. I think that right arm of hers just extended out enough to keep Grant out of the net. Excellent keeping by the junior from the Netherlands, and now she'll punt it away. Eagles want a handball. That ball came up close to the hands of Grant. Will play on. Couple of bounces. Gallagher after it. Frick. Kim. Played out. Carson-Newman has 17 shots. Selena Yude has attempted 6 of them. Frick has attempted 4. They've combined for 10 of the 17. You include Buckowitz, it's 13 of the 17. Whistle blows. Throw in Carson-Newman. Second time, or rather third time this year, Carson-Newman scored 3 or more goals in a game at home. Did it in the home opener against North Greenville 4-1, and then did it again in the final non-conference game of the year nearly a month ago against Young Harris. Collision. Fend between 2 black jerseys. And it's Hansen, or rather Sadlon, winning it for the Pioneers before a throw. And TU's going back to the bench. Haley Silvestri started this match. She's back on the field here in the 60th minute. And joined by Tana Bookhamer. She is a junior forward from local there in Greenville. More pressure from Yude and the Eagles attackers. White jerseys just surrounding every black jersey on every pass, and even when Tusculum's just trying to possess the soccer ball defensively, they've had minimal possession in the attacking half. 39% of Tusculum's 40% of possession in that opening half was in its defensive half. Again, that's unofficially. That's recorded, but it's not super duper accurate. But as to the most accurate you can get, this ball gets near the box. Kabachi will leap up and collect. We're a third of the way through this second half. Less than 30 to play. And what is the final game at McCowan Field this regular season? Carson-Newman men's soccer ended it with an 86th minute goal from Antoine Torrent with help from Meridian Williams. He scored the 14th minute. Eagles were off and running in that match. And Simon Duffy's crew has carried that momentum from the match earlier into this one as well. This is a long distance. It'll go down as a shot because it would have gone in had Kabachi not been there to step in front. Really had no threat though, because Berna didn't use her hands to even make the save, just touched it with her knees to control possession. A deflection near side, Frick. Gonna get there before the Pioneer defender, but it ends up with Ensta. Good dribbling by Sadlon, but the Eagles clear it near midfield. Nearly misplayed, and it is. Buckowitz against 2 black jerseys. Forced out wide. Has some white jerseys following with her. Going into the corner. The grad student crosses one in. There's Selena Yu trying a shot. And it was never really attempted. I think it hit off a Pioneer, and it did. Corner kick number 4 coming up for Simon Duffy's team that leads 3-0. Frick's going into the corner to attempt it. Eagles obviously in no rush. They go to the short option, Delgado. Now to Fend. Fend will give it back to Delgado. One touch. She's going to lift one in. Middle of the box, headed once by somebody there in the middle. Comes out to this near side. Clean tackle. Good one by Gallagher. Gets a return pass. Turns around 2, trying to split 2. Can't do it, and then Palsdottir flicks it off the feet of the Pioneers defender for an Eagles throw. Anita Arnadottir, a senior, will play her final game here in Mossy Creek. She's in for the first time, along with fellow senior Alicia Teske and Krista Nielsen here in the 64th minute. Throw for Frick. Connects with Arnadottir, and it's played out. Teske plays it out. Nielsen trying to split 2, and a foul. Carson-Newman whistled for it. Start of the evening at 57 degrees here in Jefferson City. Wind gusts have been up to about 10 to 12 miles per hour throughout. Temperatures cooled off just a little bit, down to about 53, 54 degrees, but still fantastic November weather. As Carson-Newman concludes regular season and home play on this November 5th. Space for Kim. The senior sprinting forward, can't get around 2. Pass goes wide, and it's cleared to the center circle where Gallagher stands. Gallagher near side, Palsdottir. Left side, Frick. One touch across, deflects back to her. Regroups to find Palsdottir. Iris lines one up. Hits off a Pioneers defender, and they clear it. 2v2 here. Flicked forward by Escamilla. And now she's dribbling past the circle, but then Corbett steps up and just boots it forward and out of play. Carson-Newman's defense has been strong. Not many chances for this Tusculum offense that has scored 30 goals this year. That was 4 more than Carson-Newman entering this match. Escamilla's out there, and she's got a team-high 6. 7, or several others rather, have contributed to this offense that averages 2 goals a game. Sydney Grant's got 4. Wills, Richling, and Sta all have 4 goals as well. It's a dynamic and balanced offense, but Vanessa Fife's team has just not been able to figure it out against a Carson-Newman team that's been blazing hot since the start of this match. And probably a little motivated and irked that they don't have an opportunity to host a quarterfinal game. A team that coming into the year, even though it was picked to not host a game and be in that top 4, thought they had the capability of doing it with a roster that features plenty of players from an NCAA tournament team in 2023. They've put a good product out there a lot this year, but it's only resulted in 7 wins, a couple of ties that it would probably like to have back, and it's diminished the Eagles' chances, but they have used that as motivation in the finale here. And they are trying to play spoiler on Tusculum's chances to host a quarterfinal game. Grant trying to get around the defender, does, shoots a Kabachi. It hits off the post and is cleared out of the box. Sydney Grant had a great chance. The woodwork kept it in play, and now the Eagles threatening. Kim sprinting after it. Teskey's onside. Alicia Teskey getting inside, leaves it off. Arnadottir, a touch, a shot, left foot off the left post. And it's out of bounds. Throw in Tusculum. Great sequence. Teskey with a great find. Arnadottir weaves to her left, and the woodwork has been one of the better defenders tonight. There were at least 2 or 3 balls hit off the post in the men's game earlier tonight. We just had 2 in 60 seconds. Here in the second half, one for Tusculum that could have made things interesting. They need one soon to put some game pressure on Carson-Newman. Frick getting around a defender, tries to save it, does. Teskey beats the keeper to it, gets tripped up, and we're going to get another PK. The effort from Frick to keep it in play, and then it's the extra effort by Alicia Teskey to beat the Tusculum keeper to the ball that leads to the penalty. Not a clean tackle by Tusculum's Ensta, and can't imagine anybody but Felicia Frick is going to try to line up a penalty kick as Teskey is helped to her feet. Frick's taking that ball to the spot, and she's going to try to become Carson-Newman's first player to record a hat trick in 4 years. Felicia Frick lining it up. She's got 10 career penalties to stay perfect. What else would you expect from this senior Felicia Frick? Number 4 for the Eagles tonight, and it's the first career hat trick for Philly. Felicia Frick extends the Eagles' lead with 22 minutes to play. Carson-Newman's first hat trick in 4 years. Frick will exit, and Simon Duffy gives 2 big claps to his senior midfielder. What a special moment and day for the senior midfielder. Playing her final game on this turf. Has made the most of it. 2 of her 4 goals are PK goals. She's 11 for 11 in her career. Eagles back on the gas. Fenn whips one in, and Arnadottir could not corral it. Eagles up to 20 shots, and half of them are on the target. Nielsen will play it back to Corbett. Tusculum made a whole host of changes in that restart. Hope Roberts is on for the first time. Natalie Maimon played a little bit in the first half. She's back out there. Wilma Axelson started this game, and she's back on the field as well. Ball flicked forward. Pettit's going to get there first and leave it off for Berna Kabachi. Whistle blows. Both teams are subbing here. Kendall Garber's going to come into the game. Carly Pettit is going to get a rest. And Isabella Reynolds will get her first action and join the field. Kabachi's got it for Carson-Newman. The Eagles have 4 goals, tied for their most in a home game this year. Tied for the second most goals in a game as well this season. And are in control. Arnadottir back on the ball. Tried to play it left side with Irish Miles sprinting after it. Tusculum takes it away and they're on the move. Ensta goes near side. Grant after it, but it's played out by Palsdottir and into the corner. More substitutions. Pioneers have a bunch of players that have played a lot of games this year. No surprise to see Vanessa Fife rotating often in this match. Caroline Heitzelman started the half. She's back out there. And Bree Uten played a little bit in the first half. She's back out there with 19 plus to play in the second. Ball goes out. And a goal kick coming for Carson-Newman. Across the penalty area goes the goal kick to Miles now. Palsdottir. Push in the back and a foul by Heitzelman trying to take it away from, or check that, it was Uten trying to get around Nielsen and pushed her over. Well, at this point, you're never going to say never, but a 4-goal rally with 18 to play seems somewhat insurmountable. Another push. That was Gallagher hitting the turf. At this point, if you're the Pioneers, can you grab any momentum to take into the postseason? The last way they would like to go into postseason play, especially when you're one of 10 teams regionally ranked. And you've got that chance to make the NCAA tournament. Corbett's free kick from midfield, a good one. It bounces once and Tortoro steps up to field it. She's been busy today, 6 saves, but has allowed 4 goals. Obviously, if you're Carson-Newman, you want to finish this thing off. Simon Duffy stresses so often to get clean sheets. And although his team could probably afford to give one up, he will not want to see his team concede, especially the way his offense and the possession of this game has been so critical, 60 to 40. At one point, it was up to like 66% of possession for Carson-Newman. It's dwindled down just a little bit, but still 60 to 40 is really good. And that's in CN's favor. Simon Duffy's going to want to keep that rolling regardless of who is on the pitch. He's got a lot of substitutes out there, as does Tusculum. Throw in for Carson-Newman right in front of its bench. Tusculum team that had won 4 of its last 5, or rather 3 of its last 5, but was 5-2-2 since the start of October. They're coming off a loss to LR, a game they thought they could at least get a point from because it tied that match multiple times. Teskey flipping one forward. Arnadottir fell down, trying to turn back middle, and the Pioneers take it away with 16 to play. This ball was going to roll out of bounds. Who was it off of? It was off of Tusculum. Pioneers have it in the middle. Flipped forward by Reynolds. Corbett there for Carson-Newman, dishes for Kim. Connecting with Gallagher and a second pass out wide to Annika Fend with space. Center circle. Corbett steps up, gives it to Arnadottir. Out wide, great pass. Irish Miles has a defender beat. Irish Miles top of the box. Weaving to her right, gives to Teskey. Teske, a dribble and a shot. High over target. 15 to play. The Pioneers are going back to the bench. Haley Silvestri is coming back in. And as is Carme Escamilla. Escamilla. Palsdonner leaves off for Corbett. Miles keeps it in play along the sideline. Nice turn to find the feet of Nielsen. We'll check in on a couple men's scores. Carson-Newman, though, on the men's side has clinched a postseason berth. Anderson crushes Newberry 4-0, so the Trojans on the men's side are the regular season champs. Ball comes to the middle here. It's Nielsen lining one up, trying to leave it off for Teske, and it gets cleared away. So Anderson wins the regular season. They're the number 1 seed on the men's side. Carson-Newman has locked up a top 8 berth. We're unsure of the seed at this moment because of a game still in progress, as both teams are making changes again. The game still in progress is Wingate hosting Coker. It's 1-0 Wingate, 75th minute. Bulldogs have looked good in that game. They've outshot Coker 15-6. If Wingate wins that game, Carson-Newman slots in the 7th spot. Wingate would be 6. Carson-Newman 7, Mars Hill 8. In that scenario, the Eagles would likely end up in Emory, Virginia for a quarterfinal game on Saturday. Here comes all those subs mentioned. Frick and Delgado back to the field. Gallagher and Kim will get a much-needed rest. They've been out there the entire match and will probably rest for the final 13. Escamilla back in as well. Wouldn't actually guarantee Marcel that 8th spot. There are some complicated scenarios depending on the seeding of the rest of the bracket to determine who that 8th team is. Newberry still would have a chance to get in because the Wolves and Lions tied in the regular season, so there's no tiebreaker in a head-to-head there. It would probably come down to Marcel's tie at E&H. That's the difference to give Marcel that 8th spot. Gonna chat with the head official, Brad Owen, and Tusculum's Escamilla. Don't think it was about a foul. I think Escamilla just came onto the pitch. All played out. Eagles throw. Arnadottir ran right into a Pioneer. I don't know if she got pushed into her or not. There is a foul. So there will be a free kick. Arnadottir quickly back to her feet. Free kick from that far side. You've got 2 white jerseys standing by the ball, Fend and Delgado. And there's one Pioneer in the way, trying to create some chaos. Ball goes into the box, headed up into the air, wide left. That was Miles winning the header for Carson-Newman. We got another foul. This one's on Carson-Newman. Tusculum's got more fouls than the Eagles. That one whistled on Frick and Carson-Newman. 11 to play. No cards in this one. There were a lot from the men's game that had some post-game scuffling that resulted in at least a handful of cards, all after the game was over. There were some during as well. If you're just joining us, Carson-Newman on the men's side scored in the 86th minute. Antoine Torrent off a corner kick, slots one into the net to give the Eagles a 2-1 lead. Good sprint forward here across into the middle, cleared away, and Fenn grounds one into the middle for Arnedotter. Now Nielsen goes back wide for Fenn. Good passing sequence to give Teskey space in the sideline. Fenn give and go. Well executed. Teskey gives it right back to Fenn. This is good developing. Fenn was tackled, tried to keep it with the Eagles in the box, but it was cleared away. That was some promising stuff as the Eagles get ready to throw it in. Elite ball boy work along the far side. There's been a lot of chaos over there, a lot of throw-ins. Great throw there to get the ball back to the Pioneers. There's substitutes coming in though, so the efficiency of that throw not as beneficial. Got to be on your toes as a ball boy. Got to be ready. The players always want a fresh ball. And that ball is played out. This one's in play. Arnedotter tried to set up Teskey. The Eagles have 22 shots. That's matched their total from their last match. This ball scorches across the sideline out of play. Eagles throw in 8.5 to play. Tusculum possession. We're going back out to the far left side. Heitzelman lifting one forward. It's Fenn intercepting Teskey. Give and go. Monica Fenn racing up that far side. Pass into the box here. Arnedotter's after it. Won't get there. You'll see Tartrue dish it into the middle. Felicia Frick stepping up. She's got a hat trick in this game. Carson-Newman's first hat trick in 4 years. It was Sydney Duncan at Coker in October of 2021. Nielsen bounces one up there. There's some white jerseys there. Didn't have enough steam on it to get out wide. Palsdottir lifts it in the air. Iris Palsdottir, a reliable piece to Carson-Newman's success this year. She's played a lot of midfield, a lot of defensive midfield. Her services have been valued most here as of late as a center back. But her presence in general, she's got the most minutes on the team. She's well above 1,300 for her season and has started all 15 games now. Frick plays one on for Teskey. This ball's going to roll out of bounds for a throw-in. We'll stop the clock because there's substitutions for Carson-Newman. Bukowitz and Yude back on the field. Arnedotter, Teskey, exit for CN. Eagles after another one late. Throw in. Nice turn, Delgado. Frick for Miles in the corner. Irish Miles approaching the box, crosses it in. There's space for Selena Yude. A touch and a shot high. 23rd shot for Carson-Newman misses target as the Pioneers are going back to the bench. Hope Roberts back on the field. As Yude had a great chance for her second brace of the year, but missed high. She had a brace last year against the Pioneers. Helped the Eagles rally a year ago. The official has asked for the clock to stop with 6 minutes and 4 seconds to play. Not sure why. Eagles didn't sub. And now it will resume. Goal kick headed and won by Carson-Newman. Selena Ude's on the ball. Ground pass into the box. This is Buckowitz's shot. Right side and wide. That's 24 shots. Tusculum's going back to the bench again. Natalie Maman from Israel's back on. Carson-Newman's approaching its season high for shots in a game. Their most in a game this year is 25, all the way back against North Greenville in the home opener. That 24 right now. They're 10 shots on goal, the most in a game this year. Pioneers have a development here. Mayman working forward. Pass intercepted, and Miles dishes one near side. It's Frick running. Left side, Ude. Ground pass, Buckowitz. Molly takes a touch. Pressured, defended well. Forced outside the penalty area. And we have a foul. Foul indeed. Now the ball boy is chilling, or he was, along that sideline. No action along that sideline. Eagles have this corner, or free kick that represents a corner kick. There he's chilling, catching some action. Probably a great angle. Here's the ball in, and it's Frick taking a shot wide left. Clock's going to stop again. Carson-Newman subbing. Ellie Leander will come in for the final 4:22, and Krista Nielsen will exit for CN. Goal kick lifted toward midfield. Richling. Tried a through ball. 4 to play. Pushing. Oh. Delgado took one to the face. That was Mackenzie Hansen. And a yellow card. I think probably should be on Hansen. I don't know who that was directed toward, though. Richling was battling, but then Hansen went in there and I think clipped the head of Delgado with her knee. I don't know if it's going to be Hansen or Richling that got the card. But either way, there is a yellow card, and it's with 4 to play. Corbett's free kick up into the air. Tarcho grabs. Foul on Carson-Newman. Now things are getting a little chippy here late. Kendall Garber is just shown a yellow card. Clock will stop 3:31. Carson-Newman's up to 25 shots. That's a season high as we get another look at this Garber tackle. Tried to not allow Hansen to turn the corner. Shown yellow. Clock will resume once this free kick attempt is sent toward the box. Pioneers just trying to grab some late momentum to take into the weekend. They'll be on the road taking on Coker in the opening round. Carson-Newman's going to head to Anderson. Foul on Tusculum on that free kick. Delgado got there first. Eagles will head to Anderson, a team they just tied 1 week ago. It was a 1-1 game. Carson-Newman, though, had to score in the final seconds to tie that match. But as Simon Duffy said, thought they were the better team throughout and deserved something from the game. They got something and probably could have got a lot more. They had 22 shots, but only scored on one of them. And it came from Molly Buckowitz in the final 16 seconds. So Carson-Newman and Anderson will meet in a match that can't end in a tie. If they are tied after the first 90, they'll play extra time and then penalty kicks if necessary. Those two teams all familiar with postseason soccer. Yude flips one, gets it back. Selena shoots, it's blocked, and it rolls to the keeper. Carson-Newman beat Anderson 2 years ago in a SAC quarterfinal game at Anderson. And guess who it was? It was Felicia Frick in the 108th minute with a game-winning goal to help Carson-Newman beat the Trojans. She'll try to repeat history in what is a 3-6 matchup this weekend. Miles dribbling, final 2 minutes. Played out by Ensta. Carson-Newman's going back to its bench. Malia Kim's going to play the final 2 minutes. And Delgado's been out there for all 88 minutes so far. We'll get her first breather. Greeted by her coaching staff and teammates as she exits McCowan Field for probably the final time. Eagles honored 9 seniors on Saturday who will officially play their final home game here this evening. There's a couple of players that are listed as seniors as well, but Simon Duffy is hopeful that he'll get a couple of them back for an extra year of eligibility. Malia Kim, Audrey Gallagher, 2 of those who they're hoped to get an extra year out of. Elena Corbett as well. She was honored, but they're hoping that she'll use her extra year that she potentially has. 90 seconds to play. Pioneers making a late rally here. Sydney Grant's behind the defense, fires one wide right of goal, but it won't count anyway. Offside. First time Tusculum's been offside in this match. Eagles defensively were pressed forward and now will take a free kick. Oh, flicked forward. Buckowitz in great position, but she's offside. On the men's side, Wingate is trying to hold on in the final seconds after a 25th minute goal. They lead Coker 1-0. If that result holds, Carson-Newman men's soccer will head to Emory and Henry. Ball into the middle, flicked up into the air. Kendall Garber wins the header. Come up on 30 seconds to play.
Runner, manage the game!
15 seconds. Pioneers trying to put something together late.
Over, Molly, you're on!
Final seconds rolling off, and it's going to be an excellent regular season finale for Carson-Newman women's soccer, led by Felicia Frick in her final home game in the Eagles orange and blue. She records the program's first hat trick since October of 2021. Frick's excellent day leads to Carson-Newman's 8th win of the year and their 4th win in league play. And surprisingly enough, Carson-Newman's first home conference win of the year. They had a couple of ties, a couple of losses. The group puts together probably one of its more brilliant performances of the season, and it results in a 4-0 victory in the regular season finale. What this means is Carson-Newman will be the 6th seed in this weekend's South Atlantic Conference tournament. It all started with Felicia Frick's first of 2 penalty kicks. Starting in the 10th minute, it was set up by Molly Buckowitz's cross. Frick remaining perfect in her Carson-Newman career from the spot. And then Buckowitz was able to actually assist Frick on one. A nice dribble move by Frick, and she gets around the defender to strike for the 2nd time in 21 minutes. That was a 21st minute goal, slicing one across goal against the keeper. And then what do you know? Did it a third time to cap this 4-goal win, scoring her 11th career penalty kick in the 68th minute, beating Tarturo and giving Frick the program's first hat trick since 2021. What a brilliant performance from the senior from Liechtenstein in her final game in Mossy Creek. Carson-Newman's the 6th seed in the SAC tournament. They'll play Anderson, a team they just tied with over the weekend. Eagles will travel to Anderson, South Carolina. Times will be announced. Carson-Newman men's soccer, for those wondering, will be facing off with what we believe to be Emory and Henry, depending on how their game finished up. They're in the final minutes there. What a day for Simon Duffy's crew. They end the regular season 8-4-3 and 4-3-3 in the league. That's good enough for 6th place and 15 points. It's all because of Felicia Frick's hat trick and this 4-0 win. Eagles extend their winning streak to against the Pioneers to 3, and they've extended their unbeaten streak in the series to 8 matches. I'd like to thank you for joining us all season long here on the Eagles Sports Network as we cap off our soccer coverage here on Flow Sports and from McCowan Field. Both programs will be on the road for the quarterfinals this weekend. For our entire crew, Andrew Rogers, glad you've joined us throughout the entire season and signing off now on the Eagles Sports Network.